AITA for kicking my husband out during my family's Christmas party. I, 33F, and my husband, 34M, have been married for 8 years. We have 2 children. The oldest is 12F, and the youngest, 6M. We adopted our oldest when she was 10. She was always a happy girl and was very childish. When we adopted her and our son were best friends despite the age gap. She was very sweet and intelligent, and so was my son. My husband seemed to care about my son more than our daughter, but I decided to ignore it and take care of both of them equally. But recently I had a feeling of vomiting in the morning and my periods were late. I had back pains, etc. After thinking a bit, I decided to take a pregnancy test. It ended up positive. When my husband and my children went to my family's Christmas party, we had an argument while we were eating our turkey. I announced I was pregnant. Everyone was ecstatic about the news of the new baby because my parents always wanted a big family. My husband was happy about this too. My husband said, "I hope we have a daughter to complete the family because we only have a boy, and that girl we have is just an orphan." After he said that, I went silent and everyone did too. When my daughter, I saw her looking down a bit sadly. I love my daughter and she loves me back. I knew my husband was rude to her sometimes, but my son always defended her. This time, I knew I had to defend her back. I instantly talked back. "What the fuck do you mean by orphan?" I didn't scream, but I felt angry and frustrated that my husband didn't respect or acknowledge my daughter as his. He said, "She is not my daughter. We only adopted her because you saw her in the orphanage while we were planning to make our son." Instantly, I felt anger towards his actions and words. "She is our daughter whether you like it or not." He responded back, "You only acknowledge her as our daughter, not me." I felt horrified by the statement he made. I instantly responded angrily, "Fine then, you're out of this party and out of my house whether you like it or not." I said, standing up. This statement was out of my impulsiveness, but I don't regret it. I had to stand up for my daughter while everyone just sat there silent. Then my mother spoke up, "Honey, you can't do that. He is right. She is not your daughter. She is an orphan." I froze horrified by what my mother said. Everyone defended my husband and my daughter left the room crying silently. Everything was a mess as I responded, "If you don't respect my daughter, then you lost your own daughter." I soon then got my son's hand and my daughter's and left the party. After I went Uber to my house, I packed my husband's things and put them in a suitcase outside. After 2 hours, my husband arrived back home. We immediately had an argument while the kids were upstairs in their room comforting each other. I then dropped the bomb. "You're out? Get the fuck out of my house until you realized you disrespected our daughter." He then reluctantly left. After he left in our family GC, my family and relatives told me to forgive him and take him back home to see his daughter. That will be born soon. But I replied, "I never said it will be a daughter, and I'm not taking him back in to my household until he realizes what he said was disrespectful to my daughter. I'm thinking of divorcement, but I'm not sure, but I have to ask AITA?"